You're supposed to say go so we can start. Say go so we can start.
What if you would shut up and give me a chance?
Oh, do one part solo, and all of a sudden you're just Welcome to the board games. Oh,
I didn't say go.
You're listening to the Board Game Snobs podcast, a ridiculous podcast with ridiculous hosts that discuss ridiculous things. And any mention of board games is purely coincidental. And so, without further ado, with a heavy dollop of shame and embarrassment on my part, I give you the Board Game Snobs.
Okay, go.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is the only podcast. We sound better now. We have a Patreon.
Yeah, we're very professional.
We've put all $30 of that into the sound.
I thought it was
broke
35.
We broke the rust off on that last episode.
Oh,
that was rough.
Yeah, it was chaos but orderly.
It was
Callback.
very much so.
Callback.
Paradoxical.
Very nice. Enrique, are you here?
Yeah, I guess.
There he is.
Your hair keeps getting thicker.
I don't know why.
Are you here in your hair?
Maybe?
Hello
Possibly.
there.
What type of conditioner do you use?
I don't know.
Do you use a leave-in conditioner?
I know I use some type of conditioner.
Maybe he just uses those natural oils from not showering.
I don't know. I just use whatever is like in front of me, and if it has conditioner, I use it.
Irish Spring.
You use conditioner? I never used conditioner back when I had hair.
You have no hair. Does that
I know. So
Yeah, but
maybe
like,
you should.
But like conditioner makes it like all soft and.
I always heard that, but see, I never had a issue with softness because my hair was so fine. It was already soft.
So listen, you shampoo one day, condition the next. Just wash. No, nothing else. The next. Shampoo, condition, wash, shampoo.
Well, what do you mean wash?
Just wash it. Don't put any shampoo
mean,
in it.
Like
Well, how do you wash it without shampoo?
No, you don't need to.
It's-
You're stripping the oils out.
yeah, you're doing it every.
Yeah, you don't do it every day. That's
See, that's like new knowledge. Like when I was growing up, I took a shower and shampooed every day
well, and
with
now
Prel, the hard stuff.
and now you're bald. I'm saying that's what
Look,
big shampoo
stop
wants you to do.
Stop bald shaming me.
I'm not bald shaming.
No,
You
we're
are.
just we're
You
just
are
stating
bald
the
shaming.
fact of
I
what
can't help
caused
it.
your
You're always
baldness,
shaming. If it's not
possibly.
fat shaming, you're bald shaming.
Oh,
Here you are, putting me down once again. You know what?
Yeah,
I
but-
yearn for the days of a pod solo.
Yeah, but he mainly fat shames you than he bald shames.
I know. He's
anybody.
always shaming.
Look, I don't fat. I was so proud that y'all started that podcast, and it lasted like.
I like
3
how you're being
episodes.
very sarcastic about that.
And I wish so. I'm glad that even though you stopped the podcast, you're still continuing on with your weight loss journey.
It's not a journey.
It's an adventure.
What's your favorite Journey song?
So,
I like how you came back to that.
Enrique,
Call
What?
back.
you once told me
What did I tell you?
that.
It was probably a mistake. You shouldn't have
Well,
taken it.
you've said many things.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like a good 99.99% of it was nonsense.
So you're saying I shouldn't repeat anything you said?
It'd probably be a very safe idea.
Okay. Well, you just killed this conversation. Okay.
I
Well,
was looking up Journey songs. What'd he ask you?
nothing. Do we have any other banter? Get in your notebook there.
Oh, let me address my notebook of banter.
Please. Waiting in anticipation.
Banter segment, engage.
Thank you, Michael
Oh,
Bay.
That's like he farted right there at the end.
I am Maximus Prime.
John Hopkins University students invent burrito tape, an edible adhesive. They've named it Tasty Tape. Do you know why? To hold burritos together.
Okay, so number one, that's stupid because that already exists.
What do you mean?
Okay, have you ever ate an apple? Of course not. But have you seen an apple?
How dare you?
I'm on a roll. But no, I'm serious. Apples, you see the stickers on them?
Uh-huh.
Every single one of them edible. By law, they have to be. You cannot put something on a fruit like that and it not be edible. You could eat those stickers. They are edible. You didn't know that.
I did not know that, but it
Adhesive?
makes sense.
Yes. So they're making something that already exists. Thanks a lot. Stick to curing cancer, Mr. John Hoskins.
Well, why not make every tape edible? That way, tight spot.
Every tape is edible if you try hard enough.
I mean, yeah, but edible in that it won't hurt you.
Remember that gum that used to come in tapes? What was that called? Bubble gum?
Bubble gum?
Bubble gum.
It's like bubble tape.
Yeah, it was bubble tape. You remember
I think
that?
that's what. Oh, yes, I do.
Bubble
Yeah.
chew. There's
Yeah.
bubble chew.
Bubble
Like-
chew.
like it was
Joe-
Big League Chew.
Big League Chew. Joe Bazooka.
That was so
I used to
good.
have all the Joe Bazookas.
I loved Big League Chew. I don't
Yeah,
know what.
that was
Okay,
good.
do they even still make that anymore?
I don't
Since
know. I don't
cigarettes
think
and
so.
tobacco are not as cool as they used to be.
I don't think so.
Big League Chew was Chewbacca's nickname in baseball. He played for
Big
the.
League Chew. I love that stuff. The
Played for
the flavor dissipated immediately.
He played for the Rangers. Yeah, it was. It didn't hang around very much.
Yeah.
I tell you what went downhill, and I used to love it.
What?
Juicy fruit. Juicy fruit is awful.
Juicy fruit is
Falls
going to
apart.
move you. Juicy fruit gets right to you. Juicy fruit, the taste is going to move you.
That was really good. If only they would sponsor us. Maybe I should cut that part out where I ragged on them. I do that xylitol gum now to keep away cavities.
Oh, really?
I have to because I have my biome in my
Like-
teeth.
You have
Like
weak
you said-
teeth. You have weak teeth.
I have very weak teeth. The enamel. You know about weak teeth. Your teeth are pretty bad shape.
Like, I'm pretty sure my teeth are just like
But you don't. You,
jacked up.
Well, you eat nothing but cheese.
If teeth could drive a car, it'd be the Toyota Enamelry.
I'm trying to. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Oh well, I made a camelry joke on my pod
Oh,
solo.
the camel jokes were really good. I enjoyed that. I really did. I didn't.
Mark Enamel was in Star Wars.
okay, that's
Oh my goodness! What?
They are almost professional.
That was not. I don't. Okay. Did you? That was that. That was the. You put away the book. Was that the only banter you had?
When you hit a home run, you just
just
walk
put
off.
away the banter.
Well, you just walk. I know.
Okay.
like
According to Quite Interesting, which they have a podcast that I believe that guy from Facebook, I can never remember his name. Tricky Dick Payne.
Ah,
Richard Payne.
Richard Payne.
They have a podcast he turned me on to called No Such Thing as a Fish. It's they like this right here where I'm saying, what do I usually say with this segment? Did you know? Like that's all their whole podcast is like, did you know stuff? It's like super interesting stuff. They had one like this perpetual stew. They've had this perpetual stew going. It's like a stew that's been going for like hundreds and hundreds of years. Like you're taking a piece of this stew and making your next stew with it. Then you take some of that stew and make your next stew with it. Look up perpetual stew someday.
I don't want to.
I want to say like the longest running one was like over 1,000 years. I'm serious. It was quite fascinating. But this one says, and this is something I do, according to Quite Interesting, bedtime procrastination is the psychological phenomenon.
Why are you giggling?
What is
Ricky's
this?
giggling about.
because he's just I don't know what to expect.
Procrastination.
I don't know what to expect from this.
Do you know what procrastination means? Procrastination.
Do I?
It means to take your time.
Take your time if you need to figure it out.
I think it means like to just avoid something.
Yes,
Ah,
exactly.
there you go.
put it off.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Bedtime procrastination is a psychological phenomenon. It's really nothing. It's very same. When a person stays up too late in order to have, they didn't word this very well, in order to feel like they have some time to themselves. I do that every day during the week because you work all day, you come home, and if you go right back to sleep, which I should do, like at around 8 o'clock, in order to get a good 8 hours, Enrique shakes his head. In order to get a good 8 hours of sleep, I should go to bed early, like 8 or 9, probably 9. But I don't do it because in my brain, I'm like, no, I want some time to myself. But then all you do is exhaust yourself and it's hard to wake up in the morning and then you feel bad the next morning. And then you perpetually feel bad. Bedtime procrastination, I do it all the time. One other thing I was going to say. Let me get my notes here. Oh, wait. Not flushing a public toilet after you've used it is a crime in Singapore.
Really?
According to Quite Interesting. Isn't that where they... Remember... Now, I'm aging myself here, but when I was growing up, didn't they like cane somebody for
Yeah.
like spitting bubble gum
Bart
out?
Simpson. He got caned in Singapore.
Bart Simpson?
You didn't watch that episode? Yeah, he got caned. And, the toilets flush the opposite direction. Like when we flush your toilet.
That's Australia.
Well,
They don't do that in
where
any
do
other
you
country.
think Singapore is?
They
It's
don't
in
do-
the southern hemisphere.
It's in Australia?
It's in the southern
Your
hemisphere.
ignorance is showing.
It's in the southern hemisphere. Do you not know what the hemisphere is? Enrique, what's the hemisphere?
Or hemisphere.
Hurry up now.
The hemispheres?
Yes,
I
Pitter
think-
patter.
Well, I think it's like just 4 different.
it is.
Quadrants. There's 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a Dodge that had a hemisphere.
The Dodge hemisphere. There's a southern hemisphere, an eastern hemisphere, a western hemisphere, and a northern hemisphere.
The Millennium Flossing. I should have. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. On the subject of honking my truck horn that you say is never an issue and like doesn't happen, let me tell you something embarrassing that happened to me just last week. I'm driving down this road and literally it's just me. Well, actually, it's not just me. There's a young man off in the, just past the ditch, and he couldn't have been 6 or 7 years old. He's riding his bicycle, sees me coming, and from a good 100 feet away, he starts doing the pull the horn sign.
Oh my! I just
And so
takes
of
me
course,
back to Nom.
stress
How did you
induces
handle this?
stress and
We're back
anxiety.
at this topic again.
Stress and anxiety flood upon me.
Oh,
Like, what do? I don't really want to
what
honk
did
this
you
kid.
do? What did you do?
Let me tell you what I did.
Tell me what you did.
I honked at him. I went, all right, here you go, little fella. Honk, honk. Then, to my embarrassment, he's off to my right. Then, to my embarrassment, as soon as I pass him, I put my eyes on the road and then catch a fireworks stand off to my left. And a young lady, coincidentally, was bent over the counter trying to get some fireworks out. She like jerks up and looks at me and waves as well. She thinks I honked my horn at her. That's why it's so stress-inducing, because people don't know who you're honking at. She didn't see the boy making me honk at him.
So did you go back and get some M80s or what?
Was she at least like?
I just kind of waved. And I was like, oh, "Hey, wasn't it you? Please don't be offended or flattered. Maybe she was flattered. I don't know."
Well, she waved at you. I assumed she was at least
I guess-
I'm
flattered.
sure.
But I mean, it wasn't. I don't know that
She
she was
probably has
smiling.
her own podcast. She's talking about it right now on her Instagram
What if
story.
she is? Fireworks.com.
A large Chilean truck driver hauling what appeared to be crunched up gravel honked at me while I was working at the volunteer fire department's fireworks stand the
Well, I
other
mean,
day.
I'm not going to say that truck drivers have never honked at attractive people before.
They haven't. Truck drivers are salt of the
They're
earth.
very classy.
Very classy.
And so I didn't want to give her the
Just
wrong
ask
impression. No.
It took you a while to get that. Oh.
But anyway.
You can cut that out.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand. I don't even know what happened up there.
You're talking stuff you don't even get.
Yeah, I don't. I will say that story was riveting, but completely uninteresting in a lot of ways. if do you have
I'm
that,
going to just tell you about stress.
but that's the best you got.
honking the horn.
That's the best you got.
Let me
Like, just
consult
one
my-
more time. Open up the book. There's gold in there somewhere.
Let me
Give me
consult my
something
notebook.
I can work with. Please. It's been so long. Anything.
Oh, I pooped in the bushes for the first time. As a truck driver,
I did-
bathrooms
that-
aren't readily available.
That's your book. In the book? Did you write
I
that?
had to remind myself. So, as a truck driver, bathrooms aren't readily available. You just can't whip this, truck and tractor trailer in anywhere. I was at where I park my truck. There's no bathroom though. I literally, it hit me. And when you gotta go, as they say, you gotta go. For the first time ever in my life, Enrique.
I like how you,
I-
have to talk to me
I
because
pulled,
you know.
because Jerry's tuned out. I pulled down my pants in the wilds, bushes tickling my fancy. And I had to poop. I pooped.
Fancy, don't let me down.
I pooped right there, and it fell with a plop. Unfortunately, I had some tissue in my pickup, which was right next beside me, and I was able to take care of business, tidy up, and I was quite embarrassed and also proud at the same time. Have you ever pooped in the wilds?
No, because I've never been.
It's never hit you.
No,
when a bathroom's
like,
not readily
and
available.
if it did, I had the willpower to at least hold it back until I get
He's
to.
saying
Willpower. You think willpower is involved in this scenario? Do
Yes.
you think I wanted to poop?
it's called dignity.
Like,
You've never had it just hit you, and there's nothing you can do.
yeah,
But you're always on your bed playing video games. You're not out in the wilds.
yeah, but like I'm usually somewhat on the road. I do work, Gaby.
When it
Yeah.
hit, but you work in restaurants with bathrooms,
Yeah, like, but
not in a
still-
truck.
Still,
Have you ever pooped in the wilds, Jerry?
No, I've never
You've never
defecated
been- Really?
in an unauthorized area.
I have.
I think that those that are unable to manage and time.
Hey, I have a
such
tight sphincter.
No,
I have great sphincter control, and this was unavoidable. Let me tell you.
I just want to point out, ever since Dan Hughes came on this podcast,
It's gone to
it's gone way downhill. I do not know what. You know how long it took me to get this thing to be classy, and now he comes on one time, and this is what we have. This is the best you could do.
It's not the best. It's been in my notes for a while, but guess who hasn't been around for me to tell it to?
You should have been. That's the best.
Where have you been?
I've been busy.
Where have you been? You've been busy doing what?
I've been taking care of people. I am not only building a residence, getting ready to move. I have been dealing with not only health issues, but my own work. Oh, by the way, just FYI, I'm not dying.
Your health issues?
Yes, I'm not dying. I realized this the other day.
Congratulations.
I never gave an update on my tumor. It's benign. I'm good. Thank you for
you have a tumor.
Yeah, sorry, long story.
Interesting.
but it's not.
It's not. It's there. No, it's there.
It is a tumor.
It is a tumor.
He'll be fine.
Wow, he'll
But
be
it's
fine.
fine. We got it lined out. They didn't have to remove
He'll
it.
be fine.
As
It's
long as
benign.
he's more stubborn than the tumor,
My,
he'll be fine.
Yeah, my blood pressure's doing better.
I heard a rumor it was a tumor, but he'll be fine. It's benign.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. So we're good. So it
Look
was
at
not
that.
nothing.
Drop rhymes like
What is it
drop.
like on your
Yeah.
like your brain or your
It's
spinal
on my
cord? Or?
kidneys. I didn't. It's on my kidneys.
You gotta be
Oh.
kidding me.
Please, just stop. No, that joke is played out. It never was funny. In the
You
first
used
place.
it no more than 10 minutes ago.
To point out how
In refer-
unfunny it
no,
was.
No, you said
It's
it.
not funny.
You
I said it and
No.
said that's such a stupid
No
joke.
one was even listening. You said it to yourself.
I did.
And you chuckled. You went.
I said it to
And
myself.
you said after you said it, you said, "Still got it."
No,
that's
I
what
did
you
not.
said.
You don't
That's
even.
what you
no,
said.
It's terrible. It's
I
terrible.
feel like you would say that.
He would say that. He did say it.
No, that's not what.
I was like, What's you still got what, Jerry? And it was after that joke.
I don't know what you're talking about. Either way, I'm fine. I'm doing great. I'm glad that you survived your defecation in the woods.
Defecation.
And it has been nothing but. I don't know what direction this podcast is going anymore. We started the Patreon, and it's gone, no doubt, by the time this airs.
Down the toilet.
Oh, you'll be
we
fine.
will probably be able to retire.
Southern Hemisphere reverse toilet.
We'll probably have a reverse toilet in Queensland.
Reverse toilet. That's a fire hydrant.
And to be able to retire, quit our jobs, get Enrique that other kidney he so desperately needs.
Literally don't need three.
You
kidneys.
have a kid. You have a horseshoe
One
kidney.
giant kidney.
It's technically. It's
You know
really
what they
just
say
two,
about
and technically one.
horseshoes and
It's
hand
two
grenades.
mutated together.
You have two kidneys that are grown together. You have conjoined kidneys, probably because you absorbed your twin.
Where are they? Which side of their body is it on? Do you know?
What for kidneys? I would assume
It's in his
probably
neck.
like.
His kidneys are his hyper up his.
I always thought that was a goiter.
Nope,
That's his kidney.
That's his kidney.
That's where you're processing
I feel
everything.
like it's like right here.
Don't ask about
And
his
that's like the upper back.
That's your shoulder blades.
That's your tattoo.
Or like I
You don't know where your kidney's at, just saying. Clearly not.
Point to your
I just know
prostate.
it's somewhere around the back area.
Do you know where your prostate's at?
No.
My uncle died. He had to go through that. It's a state.
What?
Get that. As old as Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I didn't hear it.
A
What'd
guy
you
was
say?
talking about. A guy was talking about probate, and he said, "Oh yeah, my uncle had that. He had to take these big pills and drink lots of water." Don't you remember that?
No.
It's a great joke.
I have not seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit since I was like 14.
Oh, that is such a
It's been a long time
disturbing
since
show.
I've seen that movie.
It's a disturbing show. If there's one thing they need to remake, Who
No,
Framed Roger Rabbit.
No, because
Rescue
they
Rangers
was-
did a pretty fine job
I
of
have
mixing
not watched
live
it.
action and cartoon.
What the kids? What did we watch here recently? Something particularly new. Can't remember.
Rescue Rangers?
No,
It's
what
pretty
cartoon
good.
that I wanted to watch so bad? I took the kids. I was griping about
You took the kids to the movies?
I was griping about cartoons.
Lightyear.
No.
No.
I was griping about cartoons, and then we went and watched something that
You went to the theater and watched something.
What was it? Or
Did you go to the theater?
it was no, because you stream things now. Nobody goes
Well,
to
you
the theater.
kept saying, I took the kids.
I did. I took the kids somewhere.
What, to the living room?
We went to the theater, but then it wasn't showing, so I went home and streamed it. Nobody, listen, Boomer. Nobody goes to the theater anymore. They stream it.
You told me I took the kids.
I did. Well, let me tell the story.
Hold my hand, kids, for a journey to the living room.
We went to the theater. They weren't showing it, and so we went and we got it on
You know,
stream.
there's a thing called Fandango. You can find out what they show at the theater.
It was closed. The theater closed due to COVID.
You didn't call them and say, hey, what do y'all got showing?
No,
You
it
just
was
like hopped in the car and just hoped for the best, is what I'm hearing.
It was showing. They closed it because they had COVID.
Okay.
Like people who own the theater died of COVID.
No, they did not.
And Antlers, and they closed the theater that day. So no, they did not have time to get on Facebook and say John is on a ventilator. So we're not going to be showing
Who Framed Roger
the
Rabbit?
bad guys.
Oh, my God.
It's not bad.
Really?
Yeah,
Not so bad, guys.
it's pretty decent.
Pretty decent guys.
Pretty decent.
It looked all right.
I don't like cartoons.
Was it DreamWorks?
I don't remember. I don't watch.
I think it's
cartoons.
DreamWorks.
I don't think it was
Because I don't watch cartoons because I'm.
But you did.
adult. I took the kids and then brought them home and then rented it on streaming, so it was all right. It's fine. It wasn't a great show. I don't like cartoons. I think they're for kids.
No wonder you're so soulless.
He is,
So
isn't he?
I don't know what you're talking about. Either way, I swear this podcast has just gone down. Just ever since I leave for a few episodes, and y'all just cannot even keep it together.
Well, Gaby can't keep it together.
I kept it together. Why did our
I'm-
on my podcast that I did with a friend of the show, Brandan Haynes, we fire a Patreon that ain't even officially started.
I know.
To great success.
The great success.
Are you trying to draw
But keep
Gaby?
it going, people. Keep
I'm
it
not drawing
going.
Gaby. I'm just drawing a face.
It looks like Gaby.
That's an eggplant.
Is there is it hairless and quite rotund? He's drawing me.
I want to talk about a game that we played that I thoroughly enjoyed.
All right.
Was amazing Ian O'Toole artwork.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Of course, because you don't research anything. It's beautiful components.
Yes, it was.
And probably
Voluptuous components.
no, it wasn't voluptuous.
Oh, was it?
No. Not in the least. What would you think? What was your definition of voluptuous?
Well, the discs are
No.
nice and
No, what is voluptuous?
voluptuous.
Enrique, what do you think voluptuous is?
Falapu?
Yes, that's what I said. Voluptuous?
I can't. You know, I can't.
Velociraptor?
Voluptuous. I want to look up the definition.
Voluptuous. Curvaceous and sexually attractive. Oh, no, wait. Relating to or characterized by luxury or sensual pleasures. It's a luxurious.
No.
It's not a luxurious
No,
game, though.
no.
Scythe is voluptuous. It's luxurious.
I
think it means curvy, generally.
It's
Those
full-
discs were curvy.
full figured and curvy.
Full figured. That's a full figured game.
I'm
right
going
there.
to say that Carnegie was full figured and curvy.
It was.
Not just the man, but the game itself. I felt it was.
It was.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I would say that I was attracted to it. It was curvaceous, vivacious.
Eloquacious.
Yes. It was. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think it's probably one of the best Euros I have played in quite some time. About a man who made steel.
Very rich. The
man of
very
steel.
Rich. He had hundreds of millions of dollars in a day and age when that was insane.
Right. They didn't have that type of money. Like, they didn't even have dollar bills, I don't think. I think everything was paid in pennies.
Did you see that Charles
I don't even know money.
Charles of England, Prince Charles,
I don't have money.
makes $28 million a year
Bitcoin.
for nothing.
I have
He just sits there,
Bitcoin.
collects it,
And I use that Bitcoin
because his mama's the queen.
to buy Ethereum.
Can you imagine?
And that Ethereum to buy Dogecoin.
Maybe he's invested in Ethereum.
He may be. What was I saying?
The Curvaceous Carnegie.
Carnegie is a Euro
That's the name
game
of this episode, Curvaceous Carnegie.
where you are managing a business. Your business is your little player board that looks like a neat little office building, actually, an old school building, where you're putting in various departments. And of course, like any business, you have to have management, HR, research and development, and what was that other one?
the one where you move stuff.
That's HR, research and development.
Construction.
It was construction.
No, you're thinking of the actions.
You have HR, human resources, management, or whatever that
it's
was.
called something else, but yeah,
And
construction.
then construction.
There you go.
And then
Yeah, like
And you have all your little meeple dudes, and you have to shuffle them around to the various areas in the building to make sure that they're doing their job. And you have to pay them because that's how it works. You have to pay your workers, not just feed them.
because when you move them, they're exhausted.
And out on this board of America, you have all these little cities and the various areas and the types of transportation that you're able to provide. And the 4 different types of businesses that you're trying to set up and invest in all these various cities. So on your turn, there is this player board that's out, kind of a mutual one, where you are going to select one of the main actions there from that's indicated by those 4 departments. And place a little marker that shows where,
Which is also the round
which is
for the entire
round.
game.
It's
20 rounds in the
kinda-
game.
It's kind of neat. I like this because it activates, each round activates one of the areas of the board out there in the USA. And then the players that are actively in that board with their workers out there can then utilize their workers to gain a little bit of money and activate all their businesses and make products and money and so
With
forth.
the follow me style action.
It's very nice. It
Puerto Rico style, I guess they say. What is that?
well,
Where I take the action and then everybody else takes the same action.
well,
Except unlike Puerto Rico or San Juan, there's no like bonus for the person that first chooses it.
correct. It's mainly you're going to pick something that you want to do, but at the same time, you're also trying to jockey and guess what the next player is going to do. Because you want to be in that area to activate your stuff as well.
Because you want income.
Right. So it's very Puerto Rico-ish. It is kind of has like a hint of some Vito Lacerda, Gallerist type thing a little bit. Same thing with the art, that Ian O'Toole art. I guess it's kind of evocative of that. Man, I don't. When you
It's crunchy. It's a crunch. I would define this as a crunchy, curvaceous game.
I think it's because I didn't read the rule book. You were explaining it. But when I first looked out, I seemed like I kind of have an idea how this game works. I think I understand how this works. Here's my player board. Here's the board. I'll figure it out. But that really innovative aspect of you selecting the action, and now that's what everybody gets to do. There was a lot.
Which is
to
either
that.
income or make donations. It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's interesting in that it's simple. The main function, the main board Jerry's talking about, the 20 rounds of the game, you're going to either make a donation or draw income depending on where your meeple is. There's the East, the Midwest, the West, and the South. If you have a meeple out on the board, you can draw him back in, put him exhausted into your department store, and then make income. Or you can make donations and they're all in-game points. Any donation is in-game points.
Which money's very tight. Supplies that you use to start businesses and really activate things is very tight. Workers are tight because you don't want to send too many out. You want to keep enough in. I really fell in love with and I maybe it's because I've played a lot of Puerto Rico. I didn't really like I do this, I get a bonus, and you all follow me.
Yeah.
Because in Puerto Rico, that was very gamed out. Everybody knew what they should do next. Like you could, I'm going to make this move, I'm going to make this move, I'm going to make this
There's
move.
like opening moves in Puerto Rico.
In this,
Coming out with a redo, by the way.
in Carnegie, you had to think several turns ahead. Like I could look out and think, okay, Enrique's got his guys here. I suspect that if I do this, then Gaby's going to do this. Then Enrique's probably going to do this. So I'm going to do this so that I'll have my guy in this area so that when he activates this thing, that'll activate. I can get my guy. I can get my income. And so you're piggybacking on all the other players. You're rewarded for anticipating what they are going to do. And if you have all your ducks in the row when they activate it, by the time it comes around to your turn, you're not taking a turn.
No, yeah. So for instance, on the board, there's the same 4 functions. The rounds of the game is every round you're either going to do a resource action, a management action, a construction action, or a research and development action. When you trigger that action, now you will make a donation or do income, and then you will trigger all buildings in your all departments in your building that have that action on it, such as construction.
And
two times. There was 2 times that construction was triggered, and I poorly had planned out to not have anyone there activated, ready to do construction when I desperately needed to build buildings. So I didn't have anybody in that department. Construction was triggered. I could do nothing.
And very much
that was frustrating.
Very much like Puerto Rico, you upgrade your departments in your building and add new ones and give you more power.
And however many people you have in that building, up to 3, then you can then do that action up to 3 times.
And I think, like I said, when it came around to my turn, I didn't need to take a turn. Like, my turn was always... Everybody else, when it came time for their turn, it was, I need to do this. Well, I never did. I never had that. Because I was always planning ahead, getting done by anticipating what the other players were doing, that when it come back around to my turn, I was just, okay, what are y'all going to do? It wasn't I never made a move that was, I desperately need to do this.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, and the game rewarded me because I was playing this way far out, looking ahead type thing. And it was...
Enrique's doing right now.
It was very nice. It was very nice.
Looking ahead or just into space? I can't tell. You're so sleepy.
I know.
Why?
I don't know. It's always it's only in this room that I ever feel sleepy.
Did you stay up last night playing video games all night?
No, sir, I did not. Like, I went to bed. As soon as I knew I was coming here today, I went to bed.
Oh, trust me. You stayed up playing Pokemon or something.
That's you.
Did.
What do you mean?
I've never played Pokemon, by the way.
I did for the first time.
On video game or cards?
Both.
You played the card Pokemon?
Sure did.
When?
With his kid.
The neighborhood little snot-nosed kid has cost me more money because he came over to my house, gave my daughter a Pokemon card. 1 Pokemon card. For which she then comes to me and says, "What is this? This is so cute." And I go, it's a thing. It's just a
Pikachu.
It's a Pokemon card. It's some random Pokemon. I don't know who it is. And she says, "Well, can I collect them?" I'm like,
you can collect them all.
You can do whatever you want to. I don't care. A $5 packet, Pokemon cards. Then
$5 for a packet of Pokemon cards?
Oh, you don't know, do you?
$5?
$900 for a box. They're insane.
God.
If you took your money now and invested in stocks, and then you took your money now and bought a $40 box of Pokemon cards at Walmart, you'd make more money off the Pokemon cards in a few years.
Done.
So the thing is that there's a great shortage of them, and people were out buying certain packs and things of that nature. And so Kay just had like a few of them that she was looking at, and she just liked them. And I was like, I think it's a game. I think you can actually play the game. Like there's a starter thing where you have the decks, and it's a deck builder. You pre-make your deck and you make your little Pokemon thing. So I bought the little
attack each other.
I brought the little thing and we played it, and I am undefeated because I refuse to let my children win it again.
Your 7-year-old?
She's 10.
10? Good grief.
And I'm beating her because you know what? I'm Pikachu.
Pokemon Master.
Pikachu. I'm using Pikachu. She refuses to use Pikachu. She uses these other ones. And I'm knocking her out.
I don't know anything. I watched the movie with Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu.
I didn't
Detective Pikachu.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't understand what's going on, but it was all right.
So yeah, it's a deck builder, but I could see why people like it.
Is it the same principle then as like Magic?
I have no idea. Magic is just a deck builder. Magic's just a deck builder.
Deck builder. It's a CCG. You're not building your deck as in the classic deck builder sense of board gaming, but you are building your deck as in I want this card in this deck and this card in this deck.
It's like Destiny, like Star Wars Destiny.
Yeah.
You're buying stuff. It is a deck builder. You're buying cards, and you're putting them all together in a 60-card deck, and that is the deck that you utilize to fight somebody with.
Interesting. Maybe that should be a hobby, Enrique. Pokemon.
You look like a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
You
Charizard.
look like a Pokemon. Snorlax. Enrique-lax.
There you go.
There you go. And
So, Carnegie.
oh, yeah. Carnegie. Loved it. One of the best Euros I think we played by Pegasus Spiel. Pegasus, is it the name? Wow. There's a solo in it, too.
I'm very glad that the two games last week we talked about Chaos Order, excellent game, and this week Carnegie, and we played both of them on our game day the other day, and
Well,
it's been a while since we've played a flop that we have played here that we've purchased or whatever. Now at BGG we played a couple that were like meh, like that Maglev Metro. But it's been a while since we've played a bad game here that we have put some time and effort into somewhat saying, what is this game about? And that makes me happy.
So one I want to play, because it just dawned on me that the designer of Carnegie...
You ever notice Enrique is always having to do something with his hands?
Like I have to.
I noticed that because you had this pen and you were clicking it and I took it away from you so as to prevent noise.
And now I'm doing noise.
Now
again.
you're
and I don't realize it until you mention.
Like you're constantly doing something with your hands.
Yeah.
Why is that? Like I don't do it. Like I can just sit here
because you
and
talk all the time.
I don't have to move.
Well,
yes, you do. You move all the time.
False.
You move constantly, but you don't. It is not.
Not while I'm a podcasting professional.
You drink much fluid. I have never in my life. You talk about moving.
That's different.
No, it is not.
I don't like how you
drink.
How you pointing at me first, and then we're about to say something about me, but then Gaby cut you off.
Exactly.
I didn't say anything about you. I love you.
Right?
Javier George, the Belgium designer of Carnegie, also made Carson City. I also played Ginkopolis, which is the one I've been wanting to play.
I've always heard of that, but...
Trois, the dice game, but the one I've been wanting to play...
He did Trois.
No, the dice game.
Oh, the dice game.
He may have done Trois. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He did Trois as well. But Black Angel. I want to play Black Angel. Just because I keep hearing people talk about it. I know, but the theme of it...
It had mixed reviews.
The theme of it...
We weren't... Okay, remember, we weren't...
Mixed reviews at 700 and overall.
We weren't crazy about Trois.
Well, Trois...
We sold it.
So, yeah, but
Black Angel is from, while I hear all intents and purposes, Trois in space.
Well, maybe you'll like Trois in space.
I do prefer space-themed games.
And you're just the type to like something that's exactly the same but themed a different way. So there you go.
That's true. Theme can matter.
I don't think it does.
It can.
No, I don't think it does.
It can.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You can say it can, but I don't think it does.
But it can.
No, it can't. It can't. It can't matter. Theme doesn't matter.
But it can.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter at all.
Let's do 30 minutes of this.
It doesn't matter. How does theme matter?
Yeah, but it can.
How does it matter?
I would prefer something in space as opposed to fantasy.
So you mean if it was the exact mechanisms?
Yes.
Just having a space.
Did you
I would
watch
enjoy
me play this at BGG?
You played it.
Yeah, like you watched me play
Black
this.
Angel.
Well, I couldn't pay close attention to you. I don't watch your every move.
But like...
You played. I remember you playing it.
Yeah.
And
the person
you
was
didn't care
teaching-
for it.
Yeah, it was... I think it was
I trusted
because,
Enrique's review. He didn't care for it.
like, the guy just took so long to explain the rules for the game. It's
The
just-
rules.
The rules. You're hating
The
on
rules.
You're hating
Sorry.
on the guy.
The rules. Are those different than the rules? What are the rules?
Why are you...
The
why-
bro rules.
Hey, listen.
The bro rules.
Listen.
Like every movie, like, dude,
Listen.
you do this with your Black Angel, dude. Those are the rules. Bro rules.
How long ago was that? 2019?
That was like, no, that was, Black Angel was probably at least 2017 or 18.
Black Angel come out in 2019.
I was going to say.
Was it that soon ago?
Yeah, because it couldn't be 2017 because that's when I started like actually going with you guys.
Black Angel 2019.
Oh, I was thinking of
Well,
Chris Angel.
I gotta. He's Black Hole Sun.
I was thinking of
And he's dead.
who?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're thinking of Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell, and he is dead.
Black Hole Sun.
Chris Angel's the guy who does the
Mind Freak.
Mind Freak. He just cuts himself in half and then stares at people. Oh, Guy's
I didn't like
creepy.
him. David Blaine's the OG.
David Blaine?
David Blaine, he might be in cahoots with the devil himself, but he's better than Chris Angel.
David Copperfield's my man. Did you see he made the Statue of Liberty disappear?
In the 1980s?
It's gone. It was on television.
Where'd it go?
It came on after Star Surge, and he made it disappear. And Soul Train. That was when they had the special.
I have a hard time. Like, please don't do illusion magic on TV. All of TV is illusion.
Do you remember the card game? The card where you did the card at home, and he guessed your card at home.
And that was like, what if it wasn't?
No, it was. He did it right. Like,
okay, here's the freaky thing. David Blaine does stuff like he'll throw a card and like slaps up against the glass inside of a building. That's the devil. That rascal's messing with the dark arts. Ain't no way he's doing that stuff on his own.
He's got it figured out.
That ain't no illusions.
He's got it figured out.
He's in it.
No, he's
in it.
No, he held his breath.
He sleeps on a bed that's like a pentagram or something.
He's the guy that grabbed hold of balloons and floated up in the air.
He's always doing like crazy body stuff too, like putting himself in ice or water and
froze himself to death,
staying in there for days.
Thawed out. That's amazing. You should learn.
There you go.
You could do illusions, Enrique.
Illusion?
Yes, illusions. Chicks dig that. Like you do card tricks and pull stuff out of your nose. And
he's talking about actual chickens, though.
Yeah, not women. They won't.
Women.
Women don't find
small baby chickens.
Women don't find
then why would I do this?
Because they think they're like, oh, you got some corn in your hand
to attract chickens. You can make a few bucks.
Why do I feel like this is going to go somewhere? Like you guys are building up to something that was going to be the most stupidest thing. I like how you find that funny. But everything that Gaby says that is just slightly funnier, you find that the most funny.
That's on fire.
That's good. We should like end right there. We just need to end.
Just got you right.
We're not going to get any better than that.
That was good. I tell you, I've gone for a few times, and I come back, I'm on fire. It's hard being this good. I am the David Blaine of.
Oh my gosh. And that's why we need to end the show while we're ahead.
Part of it is that I'm humble enough to know
how good you are,
how good I am. But I like variety. I like to give our fans, our Patreons.
Please don't put your whiskey glass on the table.
I let the like
while you're wielding.
And he's like slinging that thing around.
Excuse me, I'll put it away.
Please do.
That's my ramekin. Anyways,
right.
I was just, as I was saying.
Oh, we're going to continue. See, you got to go out on top, Jerry.
Okay.
Carnegie. Excellent game. We liked it a lot.
If you like games such as...
Do you like good games?
Carnegie's one of them.
Deep Euros. And I would say that Railroad Revolution.
Yes. I was thinking of the same thing.
Very nice. Very old school feel to it. I mean, just wonderful components. Bravo. Very nice. Enrique?
Voluptuous components.
Yes, sir.
Please rate it.
Rate it?
Yes, Carnegie.
9 out of 10.
You got to be clucking with me.
That was weak.
I'm sorry. Well,
you know what? Say you should have went out on your box. You went in. Now we're going out on a bummer.
What do you expect? I can't. It can't all be home runs. They can't all be.
You tried 1-2, 1-2 banning.
Not everyone. Not every joke could be excellent.
Excellent. All right.
We're winging it.
I'm Gaby.
This is Jerry.
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.